And hello everybody, welcome to today's event here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. We are here for the YouTube 225 here at CTMP. Our final road course of the season here at race number 14 of 18 in Season 1 of the Gander Mountain Cup Series. On pole for the event, our winner from Phoenix. That's the number 20 of Yu Wakabayashi and the anime-sponsored Chevrolet Camaro. Alongside her, that yellow, pink, and blue number 60 for Roush Fenway Racing, that's Luis Hernandez. He's been on a little bit of a hot streak lately. Let's see if he can continue. On row 3, let me see, that is the number 89 of Donovan Updike, our winner from New Hampshire.
Drivers,
there's command.
Start your engines!
And alongside him is the 30 of Austin Wilson. Let's give you a look at our starting grid on the left side of your screen as the cars start pulling away. Henrietta Fitzwater, Brendan Nichols, Calvintius Proximus, Betty Johnson, Ryan Wilson round out your top 10. As they're about to take the green flag in a second, you can scroll through and find your driver on the left side of your screen. But anyways, we're in for 11 laps of hardcore road course racing today, folks. This should be a fun one. Also, the cars have been adjusted to make NASCAR, my apologies, Gander Mountain Cup Series has made these cars a little bit more adjusted to where fuel is going to be more important. Green flag in the air. The YouTube 225 is underway. Like I was saying, these cars have been adjusted as Luis Hernandez now goes to the lead. These cars have been adjusted to where fuel is more important than anything here. You want to conserve, because you have less fuel than you do at most races. In this race, pit stops are going to mean a lot. Also, what's going to mean a lot is the thin line that these drivers have that they haven't had at most other racetracks. At Portland and at Road America, they had a wide line to run. Here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park and sort of like Montreal, it's a very thin line. Luis Hernandez leading. Very good so far. The hills, twists, and turns at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park make this race very interesting to run. Gonna come out of that turn into the final turn onto the straightaway. And that'll complete lap 1 of 11, Luis Hernandez, your leader. Let's give you a quick update on how the rest of the season's going to play out. After today, we go on a streak of 4 southeastern speedways, I would say. You might consider Texas southeastern, but I consider it that way. Anyways, next week we are off to Atlanta for the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway, one of 3 upcoming mile-and-a-half tracks. Then we'll go to our final short track of the season at Bristol. That should be a fun one to watch for. Then we'll head to 2 back-to-back mile-and-a-half tracks, Texas, where what we're doing next season will be announced, and followed by a race at Homestead to close out the season and declare the champion. It should be a fun one to watch coming up, folks. Luis Hernandez still leading. But remember, fuel strategy is everything in this race. If you don't have a good fuel strategy, you are not going to win, as it seems as if the 32 has fallen back. Let's go check on that. The 32 of Ian Dutta must have had an issue early on. He is running, but he is way off the pace. Matis Paiva here at the rear. Anyways, Luis Hernandez going to lead lap 2 of 11 here at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. The 20 all over the bumper of the 60, looking to make a pass, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen just yet. 60 working strong to keep the lead. Working this road course hard. The 20 car trying to get her, the 20 of Yu Wakabayashi trying to get her second win this season. This would be her first all the way back since race number 2 when she won at Phoenix. Also looking for another win. The number 89, Donovan Updike, the Burgundy AARP Challenger, looking for his second win. His last win came at New Hampshire a couple of races ago. Austin Wilson also looking for his second win. He's currently driving 4th. He's looking for his second win, as his last win came all the way back at Road America. That was race number 3. The driver's going to come around that turn that time, as this lap is now going to be completed. Luis Hernandez leading yet another lap. And like I said, fuel strategy of the essence here. How you make it to pit road and win is going to make a big difference. I believe that number 32 is the reason he's so far back is because he did come down pit lane on lap number 1, which is not the worst strategy. Let you get it done and over with, and then you can sort of get the lead after that. The 60 still holding on strong. The 20 reluctant to make a pass. Cars are slowing down out of that turn. Looks like the 30 is making a move. Was trying to make a move on the number 89, but now it is decided back as the 89 is working on passing the 20 right now. And I believe it will pass the number 20 car out of this turn. There it is, Donovan Updike up to second. Well, maybe not. Wakabayashi may get the advantage out of this corner. But in the end, out of this corner, I think Donovan Updike has the speed to get the lead ahead of Wakabayashi. Now it's going to be Austin Wilson's turn to see what he can do. See if he can pass the 20 car back there. Right now, it's all Luis Hernandez. I do not believe any other cars have decided to go down pit road just yet. I believe still the only car that made the commitment was the number 32, and I do not know where he went. He is way out of it. There's a 60 who may end up catching the 32. These cars are going to have to pit sometime, unless they can stretch it. Great. Coming out of that turn. Climbing up that gaining on the 60, trying to get his second win. Luis Hernandez trying to get his first. Trying to get Roush their second win on the road courses. Their first win on a road course, Anthony Ricky got it for them back at Montreal. So I guess they're trying to sweep the Canadian races, per se. Coming up, like falling back a little bit. Luis Hernandez gaining on Updike. Yuki Wakabayashi just riding the coattails of the 89 right now. Everyone driving just fine right now. Nobody making any dumb decisions. Everybody working good. I believe everybody also is single file. Let's see here. Yes, I believe everybody is currently racing single file. You have all those cars. Then you have the 32 who's all the way out of this one. I believe the 32 did take a pit stop, which is what caused it to fall back so much. We'll have to see if anybody decides to take it down there this time. They're most likely going to need a stop. Unless there they are, they're going to go down pit road. Everyone's coming down this time. Will Luis Hernandez hold on the advantage? James Quall stayed out. Some other drivers stayed out. I believe the number 9 of Robert Stewart stayed out. There's the 8 of Kyle Keefe. He stayed out. Who's going to be the first off? There's the 89 Donovan Updike. He's going to be the first one off. And that does not matter. I believe James Qualls is your new leader. Boy, were we expecting that. We may end up seeing James Qualls in the victory lane today just because of fuel luck. He may come down the pit road, I believe, next time by. Only 3 drivers stayed out, if I am correct. That'd be the 70 of James Qualls, the 9 of Robert Stewart, and the 8 of Kyle Keefe before we get Donovan Updike, who ended up being the first one off of the pit road. So when those drivers get the pit lane, these 3, that would cycle around, and Donovan Updike would be your leader. And just to clarify, let's see if these three drivers will pit this time by. James Qualls, there is one way he can retain the lead and get his 3rd win, and that is he's got to beat his time off pit road has to be quick enough to make sure Donovan Updike does not come around to collect a lap on him. If he can get off of pit road before Donovan Updike comes by the stripe, he will retain the lead. He's going to come down pit lane now, see how quickly he can stop. And there goes Donovan Updike, and I think he has made the pass. That's official, folks. Luis Hernandez, your leader. Not Luis Hernandez, my apologies. That is Donovan Updike. He is your new leader. About to lap the 24 of Joshua Blackheart. The 2 of them are now racing really hard. Even Joshua Blackheart trying to remain himself on the lead lap. The 99 Cody Lamas apparently wrecked. Terrible for him after what happened last week at Kentucky. Have to see how his day ends up. Number 89 now pushing the 24. Very strange. Very interesting race so far. With all the pit strategy, Donovan Updike has somehow gotten himself out of it and picked up the lead. Next time we hit the stripe, it'll be 3 to go as Donovan Updike finally puts a lap on Joshua Blackheart's car. Joshua Blackheart goes the first driver to be a lap down, of course not counting the 99, who is now officially declared out of the race. Whoa! Joshua Blackheart runs right into the yellow. Huh. The yellow barrels. I've never seen anything like that before. Just like that, Joshua Blackheart done for the day, possibly. They're going to try to do some repairs. Let's see if they will be able to finish the event or not. But right now, once I find him, there's our current leader, Donovan Updike. Out front the 2nd time this season. The last time he was leading, back at race number 8 at New Hampshire. Running great all day. Looking for another victory. Becoming the 3rd driver to win multiple races in a single season. And this win might just put him back in contention to win a championship. However, there's the 60 of Luis Hernandez. He is coming quick. He's being helped by that number 79 of Henrietta Fitzwater, who also isn't far out of it. There's a name we haven't talked about lately, Alex Hawkins. He's been right up in the points mix with his consistency, and nobody's given him any credit. Maybe he might be able to snag one away. There's another one, Darian Taylor, our winner back at duel number 1 at Eldora, one of our 2 races there. He's been up there trying to get up in the points. Maybe today's what he needs to get himself in championship contention. There's some other drivers back there as well. But right now, all we're focused on is that number 89, our leader Donovan Updike. As we are 2 to go now. Luis Hernandez is back 2.5 seconds on Updike, and I do not believe that'll be enough time unless Updike blows a tire or an engine. I do not believe Hernandez can catch the number 89 that quickly. About halfway through lap number 10 of 11 now. Updike still leading. Want to check what happened. I believe 24's accident. He is declared out of the race due to the accident we saw him running into pit lane. Also, the 99, like I said earlier, is also being declared out of the race. We will go check that as soon as the race ends. Right now, Donovan Updike out front. Still leading. The 60. Gaining some, but I don't think it'll be enough. That 60 of Luis Hernandez is going to have to push hard if he wants to end up in victory lane at the end of today. White flag in the air for Donovan Updike. When he hits the stripe this time, now the white flag is waving. Now 1 to go. Look at the timing distance. It's down to about a second now between Hernandez and Updike. Hernandez is going to have to work. On this track, I don't think there's enough distance for Hernandez to come and catch the 89 of Donovan Updike. It doesn't seem that's what's going to happen today. Coming out of the final corners today, Donovan Updike has a huge advantage, but now the 60 is there. The 60 is right there, folks. Wow, what a change in momentum this might just be. If the 60 can get over in the right lane, we may have an underdog winner today. 60 just got to be able to get on the get side to side with the 89. And folks, I really do not think that's what's going to happen today. Updike has a big lead, and he earned it. 60 cannot get on the side of the 89. 89 still out front, coming through the final S. Now, past the pit entrance into the final turn, Donovan Updike wins off pit road and ends up winning the YouTube 225 at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. This is definitely what Donovan Updike needed to get him back into the points. And it might have just done it. Luis Hernandez still with a great run today, even though it didn't end like he wanted it. He still can keep his head held high and come away with some good points at the end of the day. Let's look at our official results from today's race. Good job, Donovan Updike getting his second win of the season. Luis Hernandez finishes second. Henrietta Fitzwater had a nice run in the outing. She'll get third. Alex Hawkins fourth. Darian Taylor fifth. Robert Stewart sixth. Ryan Wilson seventh. Louis Wakabayashi eighth. Brendan Nichols ninth. Ruka Takeda in her debut, after something very interesting happened, Jacob Crago, the driver at the number 62 for Crago Malone Racing, due to a circumstance between him and his team, has withdrawn from every event starting today, going all the way to the end of the season at Homestead. They have withdrawn from every event, which opened up the 39th spot. So Mike Harmon, a famous NASCAR owner, decides he wants to get on the action. So he hires Haruka Takeda, who drove a race earlier for Penske this season. Haruka Takeda hop into the ride, and she'll drive the final 5 races, and she'll inherit all of Jacob Crago's points. So she'll get a top 10 in her technical debut, even though she already technically has a pole and a win due to the credits allowance. We'll have to get into how that plays out with All-Star and Gander Shootout once this season ends. The league will make a rule. Oh! Oh my gosh! Let's go check that out, folks. Donovan Updike dishonors roof. The 60 dumps the 89 entering pit road. Wow. Some people just drive dirty. Now let's run you through the rest of the finishing order. Betty Johnson finishes 11th. Barry Baker finishes 12th. Troy Kang, last week's winner, finishes 13th. Joshua Michaels 14th. Zachary Fitzwater 15th. Ian Siegel 16th. Ray Tackett 17th. Calventius Proximus 18th. Captain Marvelous 19th. Jackie Tang 20th. Kyle Keith 21st. Kev Shearer 22nd. Alex Tanker 23rd. Matty Espaiuta 24th. Eric Steinmetz 25th. Amy Appleman 26th. Topanga Wilson 27th. Kyle Anderson 28th. Maximus Falks 29th. Eugene DeMax 30th. Taro Takanawa 31st. Junior McMillan 32nd. Anthony Rickey 33rd. Ray Jones 34th. Ian Dutta 35th. And then Austin Wilson, James Pauls, Joshua Blackheart, and Cody Lamas each had accidents. let's see exactly what happened to those 4 drivers. Starting with Cody, well, we know what happened to Blackheart. He hit the pit road entrance. Qualls, Wilson, and Lamas, we have no clue what happened to. So let's start with Cody Lamas. Let's figure out what his situation was. Let's back it up a little bit to where he would have been on track. Doesn't... Ooh. We'll start it from about right there. And let's go on board the 99 of Cody Lamas. Let's give you this perspective of what happened. Whoa! Ooh! That's not good. He can go into reverse and see what he can do now. Trying to get back on track here. Florida lottery machine. Now we're going to try to make it back safely to pit road. And assuming that it was an accident that happened, and that's what happens. He hits the barrels. He ain't going to get out of that, folks. That's what's going to end his day. Alright, let's now go check out what ended the day of the number 24. We never got to see actually what happened. Let's go watch the view. He's currently sitting on pit road. This is not the accident that ended his day, I do not believe. Nope, he raced a little while longer before his day ended. So let's go. Let's start from right there on lap number 8. Let's see exactly what happened to the Blackbird. He got passed by Donovan up there. This is where he officially went a lap down. He's going to pass the Honda sign. And going to the pit road entrance, he was considering coming down, and he's gonna miss. Same mistake Cody Lamas made. He's now sideways in a very dangerous spot. And that's gonna put him at pit road. Anyways, so we have 2 more drivers we gotta figure out what happened to. Now the 70 of James Qualls, who, through weird pit strategy, ended up leading a lap to him. But then lost it, unfortunately, to Luis Hernandez. Oh, he's in the grass. Let's see what happened to him. Right there. Right on the bumper, we got back. I can't believe this is coming off the pit road. He's running fine, as far as I understand it. Looks good. Oh! I think he got turned. Oh, there's another car. That's the 30 of Austin Wilson, who's still spinning. And so he's going to be towed to pit road. Let's give you another view of what happened in that wreck. Let's give you a rear cam of James Qualls so we can give you an idea. There's Austin Wilson riding the bumper of James Qualls. Let's see exactly what happened. Austin Wilson is going to see a little bit closer. He's going to get right on the bumper of the 70. Let's see what the 30 is going to try to do. Right there. And he just taps the bumper, and that's going to send him into the wall. So now let's go try to get a shot of what happened to the 30 during this incident. Pretty Boston Wilson, obviously. Not a very good circumstance for him. Let's try to give you his on-board view of what he saw. Taps the 70, and he gets loose by tapping the 70, which is going to send him into that wall. And I believe that broke his valve, and that's what ended his day. An unfortunate circumstance for the number 30. One last thing we're going to check. It wasn't a wreck, but out of personal curiosity, why was the 32 so far out of it so quickly? Give me an onboard shot of what caused him to go so far down so quickly. He was right with the pack at the very beginning of the race. I think he stayed on pit road when the race began. Or came down, at least. Alright, we're about to give you a clip on the pace laps. What happened? The race has yet to get underway at this point. They have just fired the engines. And somehow, he does not start. His car would not go, and it backfired. So he got towed, and ouch. Okay, folks, that's all we've got for you today. Thanks for tuning in to today's coverage of the YouTube 225 from Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Congratulations to Donovan Updike for winning the race in his second of the season. Next week, we're coming to you live from Atlanta, give you coverage of the Umbrella Corporation 250. Like if you want to see more racing action, subscribe to get all your racing action sent directly to you. Comment to keep your ride. We'll see you guys next time.